Hi YouTube, it's your girl Jessica from A Big Girl's Life. And as you can see, I'm a big girl, but not for too long, for now, but not for later. So far, I have lost 59 pounds. Yay! 59 pounds down. So everyone is asking me, what did you do to lose the weight? And so initially I did keto. My heaviest weight was 289 and I got down to about 259 doing keto. But I noticed that I wasn't keeping the weight off. It was starting to creep back into the 60s, low 70s, mid 60s. And then I got diagnosed with diabetes, which it's no secret because it's a family heirloom. I also ended up having like hypothyroidism. And so I realized that I needed help. So on January 27th of 2020, I went and had a gastric sleeve performed, also known as a VSG. So basically they just took half of my stomach out, a little bit more than half, and left me with about a banana-sized portion left of my stomach. And so now I can't eat as much. I really don't have really a lot of stomach hunger pains. It's more mental. And so with that being said, I will share a couple things for you to know if you're considering getting VSG, or if you're thinking like, oh my God, weight loss surgery is the easy way out. It is not. It is not the easy way out. And I'm so sick of people saying that because it is so not easy. So as I said, my highest weight was 289. I did drop down with keto. I gained back. So my pre-surgical weight for pre-op was 262 and currently I'm 230. Right almost at 229, dropping down, but 230.1. So total weight loss is 59 pounds. Since surgery is 32 pounds and I am 5 weeks post-op. Just like if you watch Dr. Now on My 600-Pound Life, the bigger you are, the faster the weight comes off. So a lot of people in these bariatric groups, they're like, I lost 50 pounds in 2 weeks, or I lost 100 pounds and I'm only a month. Like, wait, it depends on how big you were to begin with. So don't go into this with unrealistic expectations that you're going to drop a miracle instantly. It does take time and it does take work. So once I realized I had a couple more issues such as diabetes and thyroid problems, I contacted a bariatric center here in Anchorage because I live in Alaska, born in Georgia, raised in Florida, now living a life in Alaska, snow, cold. And so I went and saw a doctor and they told me I qualified. The first thing you want to do is call your insurance company, okay? Do not rely on the doctor's office. Do not rely on what your friend or your homegirl said from 3 years ago, 10 years ago. Call your insurance company. So I have Federal Blue Cross Blue Shield. I called them. They told me that I would be approved and that I would have to pay my co-pays and my nightly hospital stay of $150. The doctor's office told me I had to pay an admit fee, well, non-refundable, for $250, as well as surgeon's fee for $200. I did have to do additional testing. Depending on your health history is what your doctor's going to recommend you do for pre-op. So I had an extensive medical history. I also have SVTs, cardiac issues, where my heart rate is always high. If I exercise, my heart rate goes to 160, 180s in about 30 seconds with taking medication. So I had other issues as well. So my doctor wanted me to do a lot of pre-op clearance. I had to see cardiology again, get cleared from them, which required that I do echo, stress tests, all that good stuff. They even did something new where they put this IV in me and they like push dye in through the IV and watch my heart and see what it does. I had to do an endoscopy where I was put to sleep and they took a tube, a flexi camera, and they stick it down your throat and they just watch and see what's going on with your stomach. They also check for stomach cancers. I had to do a sleep study test as well. And then of course, pre-op, like the week of surgery, I did an EKG, another one. Even though I did a whole cardiac workup, they made me do a second one. So once I was told I was approved, the doctor's office, my primary care had to approve me, my cardiologist had to approve me, and my bariatric place had to approve me. So 3 approvals. For me, having Blue Cross Blue Shield, my total wait time was 3 months. So all this stuff happened really, really fast. Because I was at borderline weight. At that time, I was around 264, 262. I didn't have to lose any weight. I was just told not to gain any weight and to try to maintain. But some people do have to lose prior to. I was at borderline, and because I did have other medical issues, I was able to still get the surgery. Um, During that time of 3 months, I did gain a little bit. I lost a little weight, gained a little bit, lost a little weight. So by the time I did pre-op, again, I was back at 262. 2 weeks prior to my surgery, I had to do a 14-day diet where I can only have 50 grams of carbs, and the rest were liquids, protein shakes. If you're considering doing this surgery, I tell you to go out and try different protein shakes, see what you like, because that's going to be your life. I did not like those Fairlifes. It tasted like, excuse my French, it tasted like ass in musk. I never ate ass before, but I'm just saying, like, it tasted like ass smelt in musk. Like, it was horrible. And I actually drank that like a sip and threw it away. Protein shakes are very expensive, so try those out so you can know what you like. Also remember that after surgery, your taste buds change, so what you may like could change. So just warning on that. I did protein shakes and lots of water, and then I would do 50 grams of carbs. Of course, being on keto, I did anywhere from 15 to 30 grams of carbs, so 50 grams was like a heyday, and I ended up cheating. I went to my favorite place, the Olive Garden, and I had a meal a couple days prior to surgery. Oops, I still lived. Then the 2 days prior to surgery, it was supposed to be liquids only, and again, I think the day before I did only liquids, but before then I kind of cheated and had a meal because it's a mental struggle, okay? People say it's the easy way out. It is not. I thought I was going to be a person who followed the rules because I am an Aries. I'm really right is right, wrong is wrong. But that did not happen because mentally it's a struggle. So I had surgery on the 27th, which was a Monday. After surgery, I felt fine. I woke up and was like, did I really have surgery? Did you guys really cut me? I felt great. I left PACU. I walked to my bed. Like it took me upstairs. I got to my room, got out of bed, and walked to my new bed and went to the bathroom. The first couple hours, I could not pee for nothing in the world. It took about 6 hours before I finally peed, or voided, as they call it in the medical community. But it took about 6 hours, and I felt fine. Day one, I felt fine. I walked around the hospital. I had visitors. I walked them out the hospital. I felt great. That night, I felt even better. I ate Jell-O, which was not my cup of tea. They tell you to let the Jell-O melt down a little bit. I did eat some Jell-O and lots of fluids. Like I was ordering sugar-free drinks. Back, boom, 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 boom. Lots of them. Lots of protein shakes. And they give you these little cups here. So every 15 minutes, you're supposed to drink one of these. If it's water or a protein shake or a liquid Jell-O or sugar-free tea, plain tea. Caffeine-free tea with no sugar as well. Bam, it's like this size. So when you go home, make sure you ask your nurse to give you some. They gave me a big sleeve, and I still have some. So every 15 minutes, one of these cups. And then the second day, I woke up and I felt sore. I've also had 2 C-sections, so muscle soreness isn't anything that I haven't experienced. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm a little sore. Fine. Oh, well. By the time I got in the car to go home and went home, I was like in a little pain, but cool, it's okay. That night I was in a lot of pain. I have a very good pain tolerance. I have 2 C-sections, so I've also had my gallbladder removed, and it's kind of similar. They do like 5 different little portholes around your stomach, so I was kind of used to that, but it felt different. And then you're watching TV and you're off of work. I took off a week. I am a nurse. I'm now a nurse case manager, so I do not work the floor. I work in the office. So I took a week off, and during that week 1 was pretty hard. You're watching TV, you're sitting at home, you're telling yourself, get up, walk around, because walking around is going to be the best cure. The worst pain comes from gas, so I would take my gas ads, I would walk around. I also felt better when I drank water and walked around. So I would just walk laps around my living room, back into my room, back into the living room, got back into bed. But you also see commercials. Your whole family is going to be eating. A lot of people have these surgeries and they think it's going to be a quick fix. It's not. You still have to feed your kids. You still have to feed your family. My sister was in town helping me out, and her and the kids were making fried Oreos and wafers and all kinds of crap. And you smell it. Your sense of smell is very heightened. So you smell it, you want it, and you just like, I can't eat it. And so you lay back down and you try to go back to sleep. But about day 3 or 4, I was off pain medicine. I was only taking Tylenol, and I would just have the Tylenols and take them. And then by like day 5, I didn't take anything at all, just gas X. So have lots of gas X, lots of protein shakes. I like Premier Protein. They are more expensive, but Costco have them for cheaper. Walmart has a cheaper brand. Is Equate, is right next to Premier. They have vanilla, chocolate, caramel. Muscle Milk has a cookies and cream flavor. If you're like, oh my god, I love sweets, I need cookies, which is me. I like do a line of cookies in like 10 minutes. Well, it was me. It's not me now. They have that flavor, and it is really, really, really good. And then you just make sure you get your water and your protein in, which is very, very hard. By week 2, I returned back to work, but I found myself dehydrated. So I went to a place called Hydrate Alaska. Hey ladies, my friends over at Hydrate. If you're in the Anchorage area or Palmer, Alaska, go check them out for all your hydrate needs. So I did go to them and get a drink, a IV fluid called a Pink Lady, and they mixed a whole bunch of B complex and vitamins and stuff and electrolytes in it. And I felt great afterwards. Week 2, I taught my daughter's volleyball team. Well, I coached the volleyball team and I coached the game, and I felt fine. I just made sure I continue to drink. Week 3 is a little different. Each week is different. Every day is different. So if you are having issues, don't freak out. A lot of these different support groups, they will freak you out sometimes because there's always one person that has every issue, and then there's some people who have none. So just kind of remember that you are different. Your body is different. What you're going through is different. Mentally, I broke down around day 4. I cried and cried and cried. And that's why you see all of these little videos saying, I had gastric sleeve and I regret it. Oh my gosh. Clickbait. Clickbait. Okay? No. It is hard. I did cry. I wanted to eat. I'm cooking for my kids because at that point my sister had left. I was here with just my children. And you had to cook for them. I had to clean up and stuff. And it was very hard. And I just cried. And I realized that it was no give backs. That was the end. A couple of weeks after that, my sister passed away. Rest in peace to Courtney Burgess, Courtney Strong. She, and it was very hard because I couldn't eat my feelings away or my emotions away. I had nothing to do but to accept them and kind of deal with it. And usually if I didn't have this tool, because the surgery is a tool, it's not the end all be all, I probably would have got a couple packs of Oreos or Chips Ahoy or ate food restaurants back to back to back to back. But I had to process this. And so it's not just like, oh, I'm getting a sleeve, I'm gonna be fine because I can't eat, but I'm gonna still eat what I want to eat. Like, it's none of that. It's a mental process. It is very, very, very hard. I did see a psych doctor prior to surgery, but they just did like an evaluation to see was I mentally prepared for this. And that was kind of it. I didn't get any like real psych help, which I probably should have, especially when my sister passed, because she's like right underneath me and she's young. So it's kind of was a big drawback, like, wow. And I had to process that stuff. So I kind of did fall into like a slight depression, but you have to get yourself up. So continue to follow my journey. Again, like, subscribe, share. It's free. You know, it's a million people out here doing VSG. My channel is not going to only be about my VSG journey, but it is nice to see because, you know, I got dimples again. I can see myself like, hey, I see it happening. My arms are still huge. They've always been huge, as you can see. My mom and my dad's side, they both have huge arms, but my body is starting to like slim down. You know, I got like a little shape going on, hey. But these arms are gonna require a lot of gym and probably some surgery. Who knows? You know, start stacking my money to the side now. I'm doing a little Dave Ramsey financial peace course, so I'm putting little coins to the side. So when I get them right, I can, you know, because right now they're still like huge. You got like a little dangle, but like I'm pretty sure I can tone this up to about here and they're still gonna be huge. So I probably end up with surgery eventually. Who cares? Like, it's surgery. Do you do what's good for your body. But again, like, share, subscribe. As time go on, I will continue dropping videos about the progress, about what to expect. But if you're considering doing it, the first step would be call your insurance company. Get in with a bariatric center that you trust. Do some research because every center is not for you. check out what your doctor is saying. Talk to your primary care provider. There are providers who are pushing the gastric surgeries, and there are providers who are like, oh, you really don't need to get that. You do what's best for you. If your doctor has that attitude of, oh, you don't need to get that, well, you see a different doctor. Or you remind the doctor, this is my life. We are here to get my health in order. I'm at the point where I want a new beginning. I'm 32. I have 2 children. I have heart issues. I have diabetes. I have hypothyroidism. I want to change my life. I want to live. I live in Alaska. There's so much things to do outdoor, and I don't do it because, oh, my heart is messing up, or I'm tired, or I'm sluggish, and I'm done living that life. I want to live for myself and my children. I do get monthly B12 shots because I've always had like anemia and vitamin D deficiency, and then I'm a black girl in Alaska, so of course it's no sun. It's coming back now. It is coming back now, but for a while we didn't have a lot of sunlight, so I do get deficient easy with vitamins, and so I do get like vitamin B12 shots monthly. I could take this off. I did this earlier. Sorry, I do not like band-aids, and I don't like stuff on my arms, so yeah. But anyway, like and subscribe. See you guys later. Toodles.